So I wanted to actually talk about something that happened to me, an experience I had that changed me, changed my thought process, just changed a lot of things that I had going on in my head. Everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sunimi, and if you're old here, thank you for coming back to watch today's video. So I wanted to actually talk about something that happened to me, an experience I had that changed me, changed my thought process, just changed a lot of things that I had going on in my head. You know, when you've known something for majority of your life or for a period of time, and then you just encounter another thing, you get an experience that moment you just like everything you've ever known has just been shifted for the better, or maybe you have been for the worse, but you just see things in a new light. You just like your mind is just opened up. Everything is opened up, your mind is opened up. You can see life clearer. You can see life clearer. It's like the way has been paved. That's kind of what happened to me. So I am doing my internship in an engineering firm, and I can say that majority of the staff, the engineers there, are men. I know this is not an uncommon thing. It's common for men to have the majority in engineering firms than women. And in my office, it's like 98% men, 2% women. So there's a huge gap. There's a lot of things going on in my head that can shape my mentality. Because at this point, I'm now thinking, oh, engineering, women's job. Yeah, we are making it, we are paving the way. Women in STEM is coming up strong. But how much is it actually being implemented? How much of it is it being implemented? How are we actually practicalizing it? We have many women that study engineering by a book, have the degree and in engineering, but majority of them don't actually follow through to practice. At the office, I have a lot of people telling me, "Oh, are you sure you really want to do this? Are you sure you want to do that? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Why don't you? Why don't you?" I think everybody comes in with their own suggestions. Majority, it all boils down to, as a woman, are you fit to do the work? Because you have to think about your life, your future, your kids, your marriage, your husband, your family. Are you willing to go through the whole process? Are you willing to be an engineer, a woman in STEM? That's the question. This also gave me a narrative in my head that women couldn't also rise to top roles in engineering, because if there are majority of men, I know men are physically stronger, yeah, no dispute about that. Can a woman actually rise to the top roles, or do they just stay in the administrative offices, or just stay as like regular engineers? And I had it in my head that, oh well, that's not for me then. Women can't rise, women can't do this, that we're limited, all that stuff. And that was what I had in my head, and I was like, I was fine with it. Like I had made peace with it, honestly. But then something happened. One day at work, the engineering manager came to the office, and we are going to have a meeting with this person. And I was like, all right, let me just see who this guy looks like. Only for me to get into the office, and it is a woman. She is the engineering manager. And when she addressed everyone at the office, she spoke with so much intelligence and wisdom and grace and woman power. I don't even know if that's a word, but she had a way that she incorporated everything together and presented herself. And I was in awe. I was literally in awe. I stared at her for the longest time. And what was going through my mind was, so this is possible. This is actually possible. And it was like, at an instant, everything changed. My mentality changed. The way I saw myself changed. The way I looked at the job changed. I just stopped thinking and stopped hearing everybody and started hearing myself. And I told myself that if she can rise to that level as a woman in a male dominated field, There is absolutely nothing I cannot do. There is nothing I will not be able to do. Because that for me, that looked like a mountain that was so high up in the sky that was impossible to climb for a woman, but she did it. And the whole point of what I'm saying is that if I hadn't seen her in that place, if I hadn't seen someone in that position, that would have been impossible to me. So my mentality changed just because I had a picture in my head that erased the other pictures that I had piled up in my head. When I thought about it, I started thinking, I was like, this is why many people don't rise. This is why many people stay where they are. This is why many people are limited. Not just women, I'm talking about everyone in general. Because they haven't been exposed to what will change their minds. I mean, I won't blame some people for being where they are. No, I don't mean like financially or anything. Like even how they look at themselves, even how they carry themselves. I won't blame some people for being how they are because they have not been exposed to things that will show them that there is something better. Everything changed just because I had a picture in my head that showed me that this is actually possible. You know, even the Bible says, renew your mind daily. So I believe that it's not just for us to live our lives. We're supposed to have progressive renewal of our minds. Where I was at before I saw the woman, it wasn't a bad place. I had seen myself that I was an engineer, but it wasn't a greater place compared to that side. And if I had that mentality that women cannot get to certain levels, it would have shaped the way I would have given my work value to the office. It would have shaped the way I worked. It would have just limited me and limited my actions. My behaviors would have changed. I would have just like been like, this is a male dominated world. Fine. If I don't do so well, I mean, the office is there for me and all that stuff. But I allowed myself to renew my mind. And then I put myself in that picture. And then I told myself that this is actually possible. This thing is achievable. And I'm not just talking about women now. I'm saying that many people are where they are because they haven't renewed their mind. And one thing that can renew your mind is exposure. The world is vast, the world is wide, the world is huge. And there are seeming impossibilities that are actually possible. Everything is possible as long as your mind can take you there. Everything is possible as long as you have the mental picture. Okay, let's take this scenario. God created the heaven. In Genesis, the Bible says that the earth was without form and void. Darkness was upon the face of the deep. Everything was wrong with the earth. Imagine the earth just being a black ball of nothing. And then God comes and he has a mental picture. God doesn't just come randomly and be like, all right, this is earth, let's just play around. He had a plan, he had a picture of what he wanted. And I believe that he had a plan because the Bible says on the first day he did this, second day he did that, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. God had a picture, laid out the plans, and followed through with it. What would have been impossible for that black ball of nothingness to have life, to have substance? He made it possible. Why? Because he changed his mindset that this thing is no longer a black ball. This is the earth that will carry life. And for this earth to carry life, I have to have laid out plans in order to make that earth carry life. Bring it down to our everyday world, our everyday life. We see something that seems impossible, but then we have a renewal of our mind and we have a mental picture that we have placed, and then we have plans that will take us to where we want to be. That's crazy, man. That's just really is really awesome. I'm just excited because when it dawned on me, I can be more. I can be more as a woman. I can be more. I'm telling you to change a whole lot about yourself. And when you also have mentality shifts, you will just change the way you present yourself. Your mindset will shape your thoughts. Your mindset will shape your words. It will shape your actions. It will shape the way you carry yourself. It will shape the way you interact with every other person and every day, in your everyday life. And it will make you be a better person because you start to value yourself more. And you know that this is where I am going to. And I have to do all that it takes for me to actually get there. There's a lot planned out. There's a lot out there that we haven't even scratched the surface of because our minds have not been opened up to know that those things are possible. There's a lot inside of each of us individually that except we change our minds, except we see ourselves in that position, it will just remain there. And most of our gifts given to us will be dormant because we're not exercising them. We have a lot inside of us. And if we don't change our mindset about many things, we'll not be able to actively exhaust ourselves to give out what we know we are capable of giving out. I'm just grateful to God that I had that change of mindset because it's not a bad place, but it wasn't a great place. And gradually it have become more so that I've seen myself as less and less and less and less. One of the many reasons that people don't cannot renew their mind is because of like their background, their where they are, maybe their family, maybe where they live, maybe the things that happen around them, maybe their physical conditions. But you could rise to see yourself above it. And one of the things that happens that helps one to renew their mind is exposure. Start to read books that will show you more. Meet people that are in that position. And then you see that that position is attainable. It's a feat that you can get to. Go to places that things happen, good things happen, because you can also change your mindset to the negative side. But that's not what we want. We want to only get better and better. Put yourself in places that good things happen, that great things happen, that people are progressing. And I'm telling you, once you change your mind, nobody can tell you what you cannot do. Because that decision is already in you. You are the one making that decision for yourself because your mind has changed and you know that I can do this. I will do it. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If it blessed you, give a like. If you did not bless you, I doubt that, still give a like, comment, share this video to your friends, anyone, everyone. Give a comment, give a like, and please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye. Muah.